learn about the roles and responsibilities of each officer on the bridge, and how to operate all of the controls of their command stations. Feel free to experiment and get comfortable with the ship here in the simulator before moving on to the real thing.
Okay. Let's start at the bottom.
As Chief Engineer, you support all other members of the bridge crew by keeping the Aegis operating in top condition. You monitor vital status information about the ship's systems, allocate power needed for maneuvering and combat, and manage the ship's power grid to compensate for damage or boost its capabilities. You also manage the ship's repair teams and keep an eye on how visible the Aegis is to other ships in the area.
Okay. Took 10 kilometers. Oh, here we go. Right.
Your systems display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As Chief Engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your systems display now.
Well done, me. Let's allocate
how you
some
allocate power determines how effective each of those systems is. As situations change, you'll need to communicate with the rest of the crew to keep them supplied with power and to anticipate when to make critical adjustments. One of your most essential responsibilities as Chief Engineer is to distribute available power between each of the ship's major systems. Try giving maximum power to engines now. Now try giving maximum power to shields. You will have to reduce power to other systems first.
Well, that seems simple enough. And, well, seems to be quite informative and easy
Before
to
the ship can travel between star systems, you must make the ship ready and charge its warp coils. This draws a tremendous amount of power, and you will be unable to make any further changes to power allocation or routing while prepping for warp. Begin preparing for warp now.
Okay, so let's go.
Charge the warp coils. The helmsman will have a limited time to engage the warp drive, or the coils will automatically discharge to prevent damage to the ship.
Oh, great. It's him again. He normally crashes into
warp coils
everything
charged.
he sees. Wow. That seems like that tutorial over.
When the ship sustains damage, it's up to you to deploy repair crews and get critical systems back in working order. You have a limited number of crews available. You may send multiple crews to repair a single system faster, or you may spread them out to work on multiple systems at once. Activate your repair controls now. We have simulated damage to your phaser banks and scanners. Assign repair crews to both systems to get them back to full working condition.
There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Phaser array restored.
Scanners restored. Okay.
Sensor array restored.
Pretty easy. Let's crack on.
It's possible to increase the power to one or more systems beyond normal safe operating limits by rerouting the ship's power grid. Switch to rerouting mode now.
So let's
try diverting extra power to shields by dragging an adjacent power node over to it. You have increased maximum shield strength by drawing some power from other systems. This situation is risky, though. The extra power flowing through those conduits could cause internal damage. When you use the rerouting system, you must keep an eye on the power grid and be ready to make changes as needed.
Okay. Ooh,
various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As Chief Engineer, you can monitor all systems which are affecting the ship's signature and gauge the range at which the Aegis will be detectable to other vessels. This information is vital when trying to avoid contact with hostile ships.
Okay. And you're not going to tell me how to do that by... Exit routes. Help overlay. Health overlay. Okay. And that's 7 of 7. Station menu. Let's go to tactical.
As the tactical officer, you are in charge of the ship's weapons, defenses, and scanners. In combat situations, you must coordinate with the rest of the bridge crew to protect the ship and deal with any threats to it. But you also have a crucial role in non-combat situations. It is the tactical officer's responsibility to scan nearby ships and other objects in the environment to reveal vital information about them.
Okay. So
in order to scan anything or to fire
10.
on it, you must first target it. To select a target, simply select the appropriate icon on your map. Once you've selected a target, a display will show all currently known information about your selection. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
There we go, we're targeted.
You will often need to scan a
Scanning.
target to learn more about it, or to locate people or
So
objects
where's
of
my
interest in another
scanning?
vessel. Some objects are scanned with a simple, general scanning action. This happens automatically when the object is targeted. More complex objects, like other ships, can be scanned for specific properties, such as the locations of any weak points in a ship's system. When an object has many features to scan, scanning them all at once is much slower than scanning a
You
single
like
specific
talking,
system.
you don't you,
Scanning
mate?
is required before it's possible to transport people or cargo off of another vessel, or before being able to target weak spots of an enemy's ship systems.
Okay.
Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
Okay, let's smurf it.
Here you can select what systems you want to scan. Scanning a single system will always be faster than scanning multiple at once. Also, the closer the ship is to the target, the faster you can scan.
I actually
Scan the ship's
deselected the
engines
engines.
now to reveal their status,
I
and any weak
deselected
points which would
the
allow you to
engines.
damage the engines directly.
I deselected the engines. And you
As
reselected them.
tactical officer, you have control over raising and lowering the ship's shields. When raised, the shields will charge up to maximum strength over time. They are your best defense against damage to the ship. When shields are lowered or down to 0 strength, any damage to the ship may cause serious harm to onboard systems, or even loss of life to your crew. When shields are raised, the chief engineer can direct power to them to increase their effectiveness. Raise the shields now.
Yes, we established that.
There is a delay while power is channeled into the
Yep.
shield emitters before the shields come
5,
online.
4,
In a combat
3,
situation,
2,
remember that you need to
1.
raise shields before the enemy fires.
Really? I thought, wait until you're nearly destroyed and then we'll have a go at doing that, huh?
Photon torpedoes are a devastating weapon. They can
Torpedoes.
automatically track a moving target and deliver heavy damage on impact.
You're
However,
moving.
before you can fire them, you must first give the order to arm them. Arm your torpedoes now.
No, why would I give the order to
Each
arm the
torpedo
torpedo?
tube takes time to load. Your supply of torpedoes for any mission is limited, so use them wisely. Target the nearby ship and fire torpedoes at it.
Well, the charging like you just said. Alright. You'd think for a tutorial it'd just charge them automatically straight away, wouldn't you? Ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da. Ryo. Oh, here we go. Let's give them both barrels, huh? Oh. He's at 52. We can't use them. Oh, let's just move on to phasers, don't
Phasers
we?
are a versatile energy weapon. They continually charge
Yes,
over
they
time,
are.
and when fully charged, your phaser banks hold enough energy to fire multiple shots at your target. Phaser banks
Okay.
automatically track your target, but only if it is within the indicated firing arc and within the current range of your weapons. The effective range and damage of your phasers is controlled by the amount of energy the chief engineer allocates to them. Target the nearby ship and fire phasers at it.
You look stoned, don't you, lass? You look stoned. Oh, come on. Yeah, have some of them and all. Can we destroy him? Oh, yeah, look, we can scan it and all. I wonder if we can disable everything else. Oh, no point disabling the shields. Let's see if it'll let us do this. Whoa. Give me shields 100%. See if that works. Oh, both barrels are done for. Gone, boom. Yeah, gone. Oh,
Phasers can be used to precisely target weak spots of another vessel. To use this ability, you must first scan the desired subsystem of a target, such as its weapons or engines. Once scanned, you must then select that system. As long as a scanned system is selected, phasers will auto-target that system's weak points. To hit a subsystem, the target's shields must be down or inactive. Second, your ship must be correctly facing the targeted point. If the target's shields are raised, or you are attacking from the wrong angle, firing in subsystem targeting mode will do minimal damage. When dealing with other ships, targeting individual systems is a good way to disable them or neutralize a threat without outright destroying the ship. This may sometimes be necessary to accomplish your mission objectives. Target the nearby ship and scan its weapon systems.
So we don't need shield, we just need weapons. That's quick.
Now select the ship's weapon systems to lock on to their weak points. Your phasers are now in subsystem targeting mode. Fire them for a precision attack. Until the target's shields are down, you will not be able to hit the targeted system.
Right, so until the shields are down. Same ship. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. There we go, come on. We need some more torpedoes. Right. After they've hit, I should be able to disable the weapons. Doosh.
Very good. You have damaged the targeted system.
Yeah, not as much as I wanted to. Well, thank you.
Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As tactical officer, arming torpedoes, firing weapons, and activating shields will each make the ship detectable from greater distances. To reduce the ship's signature, disarm torpedoes and lower shields now. The Aegis's prototype remote intrusion system can be used to send encoded signals and disrupt critical systems of other ships. Before it can be used, the tactical officer must scan the target. Once a scanned target is selected, an intrusion into its control systems is attempted via an automated routine. If successful, you may then choose to attempt any of the available disruption routines to temporarily cripple a specific system. Activate the remote intrusion system.
Oh, I can't. I ain't scanned anyone.
Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
I'll scan it. Tactical scan required. Doing it the wrong way around. Should have scanned it first before pressing this button.
Select a scan target. Choose a disruption routine to inject into the target systems.
Let's do it.
Very good. But once used, the remote intrusion system will be fully occupied and unable to disrupt another target or system for some time.
Right, so do we just shoot the shit out of it? No.
Your ship is equipped with standard transporters for beaming objects or personnel aboard from other vessels or locations. Transporting first requires the tactical officer to scan the target vessel or location. If any mission-critical items or personnel to transport, the target will appear on the transporter interface. It will take time to acquire a lock-on before you can beam, and you must remain in range for the lock to succeed. The transporter cannot penetrate through your ship's own shields or those of another ship, so you must coordinate with tactical to make sure your shields are down when you need to transport. If you are attempting to beam something from a hostile vessel, your crew will first have to disable its shields. Activate the transporter interface.
Well, first of all, I am tactical, so working with myself, I suppose.
Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
And then we scan. What kind of ship is that?
Select the
turn around
damaged
so we can
ship
see
from
it,
the
eh?
list of targets. Lock on to the survivors aboard the ship to prepare
Lock
for
on.
transport. To lock on, your
One
ship must
hell of
be
a
in
long
transport
arm.
range and unshielded. The target's shield, if any, must also be down.
Well, it's down. Holds at 100%. Alright, 24 lives. But
You
we
have
only
transporter
took
lock on the
6.
survivors. Give the order to energize.
Let's
The
energize.
survivors are now safely aboard the Aegis, but you can only transport 6 at a time. Anytime there are more than 6 targets to transport from a single vessel, you will need to perform multiple transport cycles.
Yep, gives a minute. Beep, 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 beep. They're like bleeping on ships. Next more type of bloop, bloop, bloop. And the last one's the help of it. We'll take another 6. Whoosh.
Others
Transport
are still
complete.
awaiting transport.
Yep, no, we're not doing that. Oh, right. Oh, up overlay. Done. That's that station done. Well done, me. Let's
As
take over
helmsman,
right.
you are the
Yeah.
ship's navigator, responsible for
Well.
maneuvering the ship and navigating within and between
steering.
star systems. Your crew depends on you to get the ship wherever needed, to avoid collisions with hazards in space, and to maneuver for tactical advantage in combat situations. Your local map can be used to mark ships and objects as waypoints, to check your proximity to hazards, and gauge when you are close to being detected by hostiles. Touch any target on the map to select it.
Power to engines. Hello, Lieutenant Tanar. Power to engines. Yep. You got Sonic 2, okay. Okay, select the targets. Okay,
Your
maneuver.
basic maneuvering controls allow you to give the ship forward or reverse thrust, to steer the ship to port or starboard, and to move the ship up or down on its vertical axis. The amount of thrust you can give depends on the amount of power your chief engineer allocates to engines. The more power your engines have, the more responsive the ship will be. Maneuvering controls are only available when your local map view is active. The throttle controls your speed and also allows you to reverse or make a full stop. Your ship's impulse drive allows you to travel quickly between planets and other points of interest within a star system. To travel via impulse, you'll first need to plot a course by choosing a destination on the impulse map. Once the course is plotted, you will then need to align your ship with the appropriate heading and engage the impulse drive.
let's
Be
align the
aware,
ship.
the impulse drive cannot be engaged unless the chief engineer has allocated sufficient power. Switch to your impulse map.
I've done that already. Some people blah 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 blah, don't they? Look, see.
Select
Okay.
any point of interest in the star system to plot a course to that destination. Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course.
Oh,
Grab
done.
and push your throttle to engage the impulse drive.
Engage.
The ship's computer will automatically follow the course you plotted.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Smooth-tastic. That's impulse travel.
The ship's warp drive can distort space around the ship to propel it faster than light across the vast distances between star systems. The tremendous amount of energy needed for warp travel will require you to coordinate closely.
Lieutenant Tanar, I know you're high as a kite, but can you charge a warp course
by selecting a star system on your warp map?
Please.
When the course is plotted, you will need to align the ship with the proper heading. Before you can enter warp, your chief engineer will have to prepare the ship and charge the warp coils. Open your warp map now. Select a star system to plot a course to it. Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course.
We're sorted.
Warp coils charged.
Smurf it. Whoosh. Well done, team.
Warp coils
Somewhere else. Steering. Where was steering? Why are you charging the warp coils? We're supposed to go back?
Warp coils charged.
Twisty, twist, twist.
Push your throttle to engage the warp drive. The
Smurf
warp
it.
coils can only remain charged for a limited time. The chief engineer will need to prepare the ship for warp again. Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors.
I'm sure he said this to me when I was over at your point, Lieutenant Hoyle.
The Aegis can be detected. On your local map, you'll see a ring that expands and contracts as the ship's signature increases or decreases. When other ships come within that ring, they will detect the Aegis.
Full stop. Help overlay again. Yeah, we'll look around. Yep. Pretty simple. And last but not least, let's be
As
Captain Smurf.
You are in overall command of the crew. It is your responsibility to communicate with and to coordinate the actions of the other officers on the bridge.
Let's see if they'll
You'll
listen to
receive
me, hey?
important updates on mission status, and also have direct control of the main view screen. The captain's objectives feed contains vital information about your ship's mission. Updates from...
Oh, no. That's wrong
The
button.
captain's objectives feed contains vital information about your ship's mission. Updates from support crew and Starfleet Command are reflected here, so that you will always know what your crew needs to accomplish. Open the objectives feed now. Some objectives also have more detailed information. Sometimes you, as captain, must choose between different ways to complete an objective and direct your crew accordingly. In all cases, your crew depends on you to keep them informed of their goals.
Well,
Select the
Anson
objective for
seems
more
quite
information.
interesting. The lieutenant's a bit constipated, and Lieutenant Tanar is high as a kite.
Sometimes you will receive additional information to help with your mission.
Yes.
Keep an eye out for your intel feed.
Thank you very much.
Located near your objective readout for tips and hints.
Okay. Right, so let's
As
hail.
captain, you can answer a hail when messages from Starfleet or other ships are received. If the message is accompanied by video, it will be displayed on the main view screen. Answer the incoming hail now.
Aegis, this is Captain Uku of USS Hudson.
Hello.
Our system checks are complete. We're ready to go. We'll stand
You
by
look
and
like the
follow
woman
up.
that normally stands over here. Oh,
At any time while on the bridge,
Take a
you
look
can use
outside.
an external view to see what is going on outside and
Wow.
around the ship. As captain, you can access basic information about your ship's status.
Yep.
Open your status displays now. The The status information available to
Well
you is
done.
helpful, but no substitute for the more detailed knowledge of your chief engineer.
Okay.
As captain, you have the same maps at your fingertips as your helm and tactical officers. You may use these to aid communication, to identify a target for tactical, or to specify a destination for helm. Targets and nearby destinations are selected from the local map, which shows objects of interest around you. Now touch any object on the map to select it as your target.
Well, to be
Some
honest, you
orders
only
give
put
to the
one on
crew
there, didn't you?
require you to first designate a target or destination, exactly as you just did.
Thank you very much. Okay.
When playing alone or with AI members of the command crew, the captain gives orders to the AI officers. To give an order to a specific officer, look at them and use the orders system to select from the available commands. Remember, some commands will first require that you select a target or destination. Try ordering your chief engineer to prioritize power to engines. Some orders apply to the entire crew. To access these orders, look towards the central console in front of you.
Power to
First,
engines.
select the closest ship from your local map. Then try ordering the crew to investigate it.
Power to engines.
Please repeat, Captain.
Lieutenant Tanar, power to engines.
Aye, Captain. Full power to engines.
Engage targets. Engage targets.
Apologies, Captain. Please say
Roger
again.
that.
How
Changing
about we
target.
just press that, eh?
Aye, aye, Captain. Shields up. Arming torpedoes.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. To the sound of the Aegis. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sound of the Aegis. Right, we got that. Should have just done that, man.
Aye,
Approaching
Captain.
new heading.
Holding fire.
Signature.
Shields lowered. Torpedoes disarmed.
Interesting. Interact with center console to issue crew-wide orders. I did.
Staying
Aye.
with
Target selected. Engaging target.
following the target.
Locking on target. Scanning.
Adjusting
Understood.
heading for
Ceasing
new
fire.
coordinates.
Scan complete.
Right, so you wanted me to scan impulse.
Impulse engines allow the ship to rapidly traverse great distances
So
within a
that's
star system.
impulse.
When playing with an AI crew, you will need to choose a destination and give the orders to prepare for and initiate impulse travel. First, choose a destination from your impulse map.
Plotting course.
You need to select a destination from the impulse map. Now give the order to prepare for impulse. Your chief engineer will give
Prepare
more power
for
to the
impulse.
engines, and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship. Tell the crew to engage impulse flight.
Awesome. Let's see if he understands Smurfit. Hey. That's twisty twist.
We're ready to go.
Let's Smurf it.
I didn't catch that. Say again.
Punch it.
Say again.
Engage.
Say again.
Again.
Captain, please say again.
Please say again. Engage.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah. Can't make up your own things, can you, eh? You're not very intelligent for artificial intelligence.
The ship's warp
Warp.
drive can generate a warp field, distorting space around the Aegis and allowing you
Yep.
to travel to other star systems much faster than the speed of light. When playing with an AI crew, the captain chooses
Prepare
a
for warp.
destination and gives the orders to prepare for and initiate warp travel. Always bear in mind that charging the warp coils consumes most of the ship's power. The Aegis will not be able to maintain a full combat stance during these critical seconds. To go to warp, first choose a destination
Engage.
from your warp map. You need to select a destination from the warp map.
Engage.
Aye.
Oh. The words we're gonna go back is what you're
Now
saying.
give the order to prepare for warp. Your
Prepare
chief
for
engineer
warp.
will direct power to the warp coils,
Aye, understood.
and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship to the correct
Laid
heading.
in. Aligning warp vector.
Thank you very much.
Warp
Now
vector
tell your
aligned.
crew to engage the warp drive.
Warp
Course
coils
plotted.
ready.
Charged.
Punch it.
Aye, aye.
Captains have control of the main view screen. You may choose to display any of several different overlays on the view screen. With information about your ship's system status, try the different views and overlays available. The target and magnify views only work when you are targeting another ship or object. Magnify provides an up-close view of your selected target. Target view provides enhanced situational awareness, showing both your own ship and your target at once.
Yeah, that one was easy enough.
Sometimes, as captain, you may wish to take temporary control over another command station. This allows you to perform any of the functions of that role, then return to the captain's chair when ready. You cannot, however, take control of a station currently being operated by another player. To take control of another station, look at any of your AI command crew and activate orders mode. Now choose the Take Over
Orders,
option.
take over.
You can return to the captain's chair at any time by tapping the Orders mode
Well
button again.
done. I've done it. Done it.
In
I've done
emergency
it. I've done
situations,
it. Yeah.
you can
Well,
sound
this
a
is
red alert to notify your ship's crew.
Everybody knows
If you are
this
playing
button.
with an AI as tactical officer, she will interpret a red alert as
Sorry,
a request
can't
to
quite
prepare
hear
for
you.
combat. Try activating red alert now.
Okay, it gets quite annoying. And then back to the help overlay. Oh, okay. So it's complete. Quit to main menu. And that's the end of training. Smurf you later.